Are you still going?
No. Almost.
What are you working on? I'm working on the greatest scientific breakthrough of the century. I'll beat up Einstein and unify all of the current physics theories. Still believe in a theory of everything? Let me explain.
A theory is basically just an educated guess at trying to explain
I
something.
know.
But it can't be too crazy. And to formally become scientific, it needs to be based upon evidence, make predictions, and be verified. Yes, you're right, and there are two current verified theories that help us understand basically everything in the universe.
Einstein's theory of relativity helps explain everything on a large scale. It starts by redefining space and time as a plane that could be affected by the mass and the energy of objects. If even space and time could be affected, then there was nothing constant, and reality was no relative. Oh, so it's similar to a person at a trampoline. The heavier the person is, the more it'll bend. The more energy you put into your jumps, the more it'll bend. Exactly. That's why we have the Standard Model, that describes three of the most important forces, electromagnetism, the strong force, and the weak force, as interactions between particles. According to quantum field theory, these particles come from different hidden fields when they are fitted with energy. Oh, so it's just like a vending machine. Depending on the energy, which represents money, the food I get, or the particle. In the end, energy isn't lost, but it's just stored in the machine. There isn't any particle for gravity.
Yes, the problem is that space, where gravity takes effect, should have a field, similar to the magnetic field. If that was the case, it would be constantly fluctuating, making particles appear and disappear. But, if Einstein is correct, those particles will have energy, and that energy would be enough to bend the entire universe. There's a theory called loop quantum gravity that tries to solve this by seeing space as a cloth made up of small tiny fragments. The problem is that they are so small that we cannot measure them, so it remains a theory.
Besides, it only explains space, leaving out time. Alright, that's where string theory comes into play. It describes everything as being made up of tiny vibrating strings. For mathematical consistency, it requires at least 10 dimensions to work, including the 3 known plus time. Yeah, well, the problem is that it can't be measured or confirmed in an experiment, and to some, it seems too far-fetched with unknown dimensions. Maybe we're just missing the big picture, but right now we have much more to solve, such as dark matter or dark energy, before finding a theory of everything.